One of the toughest things to do in all of college football is win on the road. When you're a ranked team going into a hostile environment, these fans are ready to knock them off course. The Wolverines will put total leather to crank us up. And he's coming out of the end zone. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. The Cornhuskers offense takes the field. As we take a quick look at the impact players for today's game, what players did you guys look to for motivation to make an impact during your playing days, Jesse?
Well, it was the guys we relied on each and every week. We came into the season expecting these types of guys to be our biggest weapons, and every week those were the guys that had to deliver for us in order to have success.
And it's just fun to have those guys that are consistent. Like they lead by.
And he is snowed under, sacked at the 7.
And you could tell this offense wanted to create a little bit of space being backed up, but how about the D? Coming out firing on all cylinders, getting the sack on the very first play.
The Huskers with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Trying play action. Under fire. And he picks it off in their end zone. Touchdown, Michigan. The defense does the work itself with a pick 6.
Such a great job by the defense. They got the opponent backed up, right? They're expecting pass. Everybody trying to get their hands up to bat this football away. It was deflected right into the hands of a teammate for an easy touchdown.
He'll bring it out. It's Bell. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. They'll try to put a drive together starting from their own 12. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do have it. So you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time to your advantage.
Here comes the heat. And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line.
This definitely isn't the start they drew up. I mean, you already throw a pick 6. Now you get sacked. Man, they're going to have to find a way to settle this quarterback down, get something going offensively. So far, not a lot of positives to point to.
He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. And the Huskers will call on their punt team. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Takes it on the return. Looking everywhere for room to run, but really good coverage, and he'll step out of bounds. So Michigan's offense will try to get something going with their first possession. Last time we saw these guys, it was a rather forgettable experience for this quarterback. He turned the football over, he got sacked. Just not a good day at all, Jesse.
Well, the defense was able to rattle him. They hit him often, they hit him early, they got sacks on him, and then he started feeling it. His eyes came down, he started floating the ball over the middle of the field and putting it into trouble and got picked off. So it's important in this one, David, up front, they do a better job of helping him stay on his feet to get into a rhythm.
The best quarterbacks in the history of the game, when you continue to hit them, they become very human, and they start to rush their thought process. So he got hit early, and he got hit often last week, and that's why they lost. Position 1, objective number 1 today. Protect him, keep him upright, let him get some confidence.
Looking downfield, it's Underwood. Grabbed over the middle, it's Morgan. Turning it on! They get him down, but this offense is set up 1st and goal from the 9. New center downs right on the doorstep for this offense. They'll use the running game on 1st and goal. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. The run up the middle, trying to find his way to the goal line. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Wolverines!
back is so dangerous down close to the end zone. He's got wiggle, he's got great vision and burst, and he showed all of those attributes right there.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point makes it 14-0. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And it was capped off with the 8-yard run. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. They've gotten off to a sluggish start and need to put something together on this drive. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Let's talk for just a minute about Nebraska. I'm sure you guys saw what a get in recruiting 4-star defensive linemen gave them a verbal commitment just last week.
Yeah, you can't get enough of these guys, man. And they're excited because you got to play so many defensive linemen. This is the guy that's going to come in.
And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
What a great play. This guy is a force on this D-line. You think about Michigan football defensively, they've got dudes up front. Aiden Hutchinson, Brandon Graham, Mozzie Smith, Rashawn Gary. Guys that can win one-on-one and guys that change in fourth.
And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again. The Cornhuskers send out the punt unit. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. He'll field the punt and try to make a big play. They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. They put 2 touchdowns on the board in the early going, and now right back to work. Off play action on first down. Shoots it to the left. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Stopped at the 46-yard line and just making a play and turning in the interception.
Well, everything was going so well for this team early here in this game, and now all of a sudden they get a critical mistake. And you know how college football, David, is about momentum. What is their defense going to be able to do here now when they take the field?
You're right, man. The momentum swings so fast, and now this defense's job is to go out and stop them, right? Like, we made a mistake. You huddle the guys up, sudden change. Be aware they might take a shot down the field, but let's grab the momentum right back.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. They'll leave it with him. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Well, just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a 3rd down stop.
I know hindsight's 20/20, but I hate the play call there. It's 3rd and long. You're in your own end of the field. That's a play. You got to throw it. You got to trust someone to make a catch and go make a play. You're trying to catch the defense off guard. Nobody falls for it. It's just a bad play.
Cover guys do their job, and they get him stopped at the 22-yard line. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. They've seen the good and the bad already. A touchdown on the opening drive, a pick on the second one, and now to try to get things back on track. And he had it for a second, but it just dribbled out of his hands. Guys, let's chat about Michigan. As most everyone knows by now, one of the top disruptors on defense in the country, 5-star defensive lineman, and they got him with a huge verbal commitment last week. What's that going to do for them?
I mean, the excitement level through the roof. Getting a guy like that you know is plug and play. I mean, big, big, strong, athletic, makes your defensive line formidable right away. The recruiting class, they just gained some serious momentum.
Catch in the middle, it's Wilson. They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the first down. They have it at the 36. And the Wolverines come to the line with a fresh set of downs. To the air, it's Underwood. Catch in the middle, it's Wilson.
Early in the game as a DB, I'm settling in. It's okay if I give up 4, 6, 7 yards. I'm just trying to get settled in, gauge the speed, and then later on, I can adjust to the speed of the game.
The Wolverines in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Going to the ground. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line?
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
Rides to back and leaves it. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short. They're in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, and this is why you square your prominent jawline and go straight ahead to get it. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
Man, when I was at Florida, Steve Spurrier would wait for this opportunity in a game 4th and inches, and he'd signal in red Snoopy. Quarterback sneak. It works every time.
Looking to throw on first down. Finds his tight end. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period. We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan has the lead. And they jumped out to that edge early. As we wrap up the first, let's take a quick look at our game stats. Big turning point as we head into the second and get this game rolling again. So 2nd down here as we're back at it after the break. Back to pass, it's Underwood. Bringing the heat. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. We'll see if they go back to the air after the incompletion. It's 3rd and 5. From the gun, he'll try to throw for it on 3rd down. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
Well, they're trying to get the big fella the football in the passing game, but they haven't been able to do that yet. He is a really nice target with his size and his athleticism, but him and the QB, they just don't seem to be on the same page right now.
Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. They thought they had a good plan, but it did not work. They'll go to the ground. Plows through the defense. There he goes. Bulldozes his way through. Touchdown, Husker. He would not be denied.
I love the execution on that play. Great blocking up front just to get the ball carrier an opportunity in the second level of the defense. And then at that point, it was make a guy miss and use the speed. That was a perfectly executed play.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. NC State is currently trailing in this one, but it feels like the tide may be turning. This Pac team has picked itself up before, and they are capable of it again today. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Tulane. Your boy KC has you covered here in studio, guys, in case anything changes in this one.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision.
Great place to start for this offense. Looking to pass. It's Byrne. Caught in the backfield. It's Nelson. And that defensive penetration gave him no chance, and he is ridden out of bounds. The Huskers now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Slithers into space. And they're able to get him on the ground. And the Huskers come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. They'll try to run for it. Knocked down in the backfield, and that'll bring up 4th down.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground. That is a ball.
Well, it's a good news, bad news scenario. You got the pick, and you would have liked to have paid that off with a touchdown, but because the drive stalls out, you're still happy to get the field.
They'll kick it away after putting up a field goal on that last drive. On the move from inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. First play of the drive comes from the 22. Out of the gun to give to the back. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. First down here for the offense. Leaves it with the back. Breaks into the open. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
I love this guy because he brings a physicality to this Michigan offense. Bo Schembechler would have loved this guy. He would have loved to jog a few extra tight ends on the field, get the QB under center, student body right, and give this guy the football. He would have fit in perfectly with his running style. Man, he is hard to bring down.
Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down.
And you're seeing his dynamic ability to run the football that time on the option play. I know he doesn't pick up the first down, but that's still a good chunk of yardage, and the defense wasn't ready for it. Moving forward, expect the offense to go back to the option play again and see if someone will finally take the quarterback and force him to pitch it.
Back to throw, it's Underwood. Under fire. And the heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45.
Man, this has been a struggle for this offense, protecting their quarterback. It's priorities mission number 1, right? Every single game you go into. Last week, I think a lot of the reason they lost was because they gave up so many sacks and hits on their quarterback.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. And the Wolverines will punt it away on 4th down. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. He makes a fair catch. Couple of steps inside his own 25 at the 23-yard line. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. David, they couldn't pay off that last drive with a touchdown.
Now, they moved the ball down the field and executed like they wanted to until they stalled out and had to settle for a field goal.
I think if you want to take the next step, too, here and score a touchdown, you got to start finding more creative ways to get your best players the ball. Let's see if they can do that here.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on 1st down and set up a short yardage on 2nd down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on 2nd down.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Looking to throw on 1st down. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Well, it was a good throw. It was a good route, but it was the hit that forced that incompletion.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Back to pass, it's Byrne. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
Well, the defense finally has figured it out. That was critical for their confidence because they had been scored on earlier. They had given up a ton of yards. I think they understood the gravity of the situation. Third down, that was critical for them to get off the field, build momentum, build some confidence. Nice job that time by the defense.
He's able to pick his way for just a bit, but he'll be stopped at the 18. Good job by the punt team. So here comes the Michigan offense. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Here's another opportunity, Jesse, to stretch out this lead after punting last time.
I think it goes back to your playmakers, Reese. I think it's finding the guys that have been working for you earlier on in this game and getting them the football.
Yeah, and there's obviously no need to panic. I mean, think about it. You got the lead. You got the football. You got to be smart with the football, make your plays, put a good drive together.
That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. The Wolverines need a massive chunk play to move the sticks here on third down. Safe completion on the screen. Makes his way out to the 20 before he stopped, and that'll bring up a fourth down. And here comes the punt team. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He'll make the fair catch at the 44, and they'll have terrific field position. They'll open this drive and snap it from the 44. Looking for space. It's Parker. And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49. Quick tempo, no huddle offense. Second down, clock's running. To throw, it's Byrne. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. That football must be riveted to your rib cage. How can you let it go? At least they fell on it. On third and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Got room at the 35. Just carving up this defense and getting it down to the 24. The Cornhuskers have it with a 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on first down. Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30.
This quarterback is thinking to himself, I need to get an NIL deal at some restaurant so I can take my offensive line out and feed them more, because I don't think they like me very much right now. I've been sacked 6 times in this game. It's time to get that new NIL deal paycheck.
Looking to go up top, and time's running out in the half. Had to throw it before he wanted. Didn't have much of a choice there, but to get rid of it.
And this is why this team is losing this game. They cannot protect their quarterback. He's already been sacked a bunch of times. Almost got sacked right there. This guy doesn't have a chance with the way this offensive line is playing.
Looking for the end zone. And good coverage there to knock it away and deny the score. And on 4th down, they'll try to put 3 on the board. And after finishing off one drive with a field goal, they'll try it again, this time a 47-yard try. He's got it, showing off that big leg from 47 yards out.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
So they put the field goal on the board and about to kick it away, and hoping that'll be the final points of this first half. He'll start the return inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. They've got some time to work with here, Jesse, and if they get a first down, they might really get aggressive.
I'd be aggressive right out of the gate. I'd be throwing for a first down. If I get it, then it's pedal to the metal. I'm in that 2-minute mode to try to score a touchdown or get a field goal.
But I do think this is a situation where you also have to understand that I have the lead going into the half. I've got the momentum, so don't do anything stupid here.
And the Wolverines have a lot of options on 2nd and inches. Caught close to the marker, it's Haynes. They get him on the ground late in the half. They have the first down at the 41.
I just love quarterbacks that aren't greedy and that aren't always trying to throw the home run ball, right? 2nd down, you're in your own end of the field. The guy you want to throw to is not open. Just find the back. He'll go do something positive with it. This guy is a weapon, and you got to find him in the passing game.
And they're able to force him out of bounds after a short pickup.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too. But don't forget, it's easier to pick up 2nd and 5, 3rd and 5 than it is when we start getting those long yardage situations.
Well, the quarterback knew he wanted to go to his tight end on that play. He's a big physical target, but it was the hit on the play that forced the incompletion.
Davis will throw. Fires to the middle. Another incompletion on 3rd down. The Wolverines will punt this one away. A low line drive and short kick. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. DBs will try to keep everything in front. To the air on 1st down. Gets rid of it. The pass falls incomplete, and that's how we'll finish this half. That's going to wrap up the first half here. We join Kevin with the halftime update. The Huskers will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. Fielded in the end zone. It's Stewart. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. This drive will open from the 15. Trying to set the tone on the ground in the second half. He found a hole, got about 5. He's down at the 21. Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. The give to the back. Picks up the 1st down. Dragged down at the 26 after a pickup of 5.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense.
Oh, he's got some space. Lowers that shoulder, delivers the blow. And he was loose and not stopped until he gets to the 47-yard line.
It was so important this offense was able to find a way to get in the rhythm, and the running game is now helping that. 2 straight punts on their previous 2 drives. This drive, though, they're having a little bit more success. Big reason why is this running back. He's been able to find some creases to run through, and it's really helping out this offense.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Davis looking to pass. The short hands, it's Morgan. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a 1st down. And the Wolverines come to the line with a new set of downs. Making sure they have good balance, keeping it on the ground. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle. Lost yardage on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Hand off from the shotgun. They're trying to send a message with this running game. He stopped after a pickup of 4 to the 33. This will be the 7th play of the drive, and they need to convert 3rd and 6. Quickly complete. Oh, he's getting ahead. Touchdown, Michigan. Hauled that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score.
It's so nice to have these big playmaking tight ends that are basically oversized receivers. Make a play down the field to him, huge catch radius, makes the play, and then I love the run after the catch. These guys can do this nowadays. He does the rest of the work and gets into the end zone.
Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. Opening play of this drive comes from the 13-yard line. The give to the tailback. And some room to work. A really nice run from deep in his own territory, and they'll mark him out of bounds at the 29.
Well, he was able to gash him on that play. You just give this guy 1 inch, one little crease. He puts his foot in the ground, and he gets north fast.
Gives it on the option. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
And the Huskers can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Turning it on. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down.
Well, that's why this running game can be so dynamic. This guy is special when he has the football in his hands. He can make people miss, he can run with power, and he also has speed. You saw it on that last play.
Fires to the wideout. Grabbed in the middle. It's Hunter. And right in the middle of tight coverage, and he still makes the grab at the 15.
Well, and a nice job working the middle of the field. I think it's so important to keep defenses honest, and you can't just dink and dunk outside. You got to work the middle. Great job finding this wide receiver over the middle of the field.
And that did not work. Defense smelled that one out from the beginning. The Cornhuskers trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Dropping back, it's Byrne. Pocket breaking down. He's got him. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big 3rd down in the red zone. They'll try to power their way ahead. That defensive front just flat whipped them as they knock him down for a big loss. And this kicker is turning into old reliable. He's already knocked through a couple today. Kick is good. The offense has 3 points to show for the drive. That'll cut this lead down to 5.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. They cashed in on a short field last time they had it, and now they'll go to work from their own end. Not much there. Picks up a couple to the 22. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Wants to fire on 2nd down. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Pulls in the deep ball. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Wolverines.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
He was looking for a lot more on that one. Instead, he's out of bounds at the 14. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. They're going to have to be more aggressive in this drive. You can't expect to win this one, David, kicking field goals.
No, especially when you're trailing. You got to have a little more urgency and maybe a little more aggressiveness, Jesse. And field goals are not going to get it done down the stretch.
Yeah, you're going to have to take some shots, no doubt. Bottom line, when plays present themselves, you've just simply got to make them.
And coming out in the second half, this offense, they needed to establish this run game. They needed to get something going. They're losing. They've got to find a way to get a flow, to get a rhythm. And so far here to start this second half, defense picking up where it left off.
Snagged in the middle. It's Hunter. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. Wow, this offense is doing nothing. They've already punted 4 times and staring at the possibility of a 5th. Throws to the wideout. Got a man in the middle. A little more space. Open up that playbook even more as they pick up the first down out to the 30. The Huskers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Handoff to the lone back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Tight end now in motion. On the ground, it's Parker. This time they stop him behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that has been rare in this one.
Well, it's a negative play trying to run the football, and I think if you're on offense, you got to be thinking about throwing it now. You're trailing by a lot. You got to get back in this game. You need tempo, and you need...
He hurls one deep down the left side. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down. And the Huskers will bring the punt team onto the field. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. Really explosive when he gets his hands on the ball, and he found a couple of crevices and made a nice game before being run out of bounds. Good field position to start this drive at their own 47. Leaves it with the back. And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. He'll run it again. And they make the tackle, but it'll be enough for a 1st down, and we'll see if they get another playoff here in the 3rd. We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. They go back to work in the final period of this one. Davis will throw. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48. The Wolverines have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Back to pass. The sweep feet buy a little time. Defense grabs the football, and there he goes. He's loose down the left side. Touchdown, Cornhuskers. The defense putting points on the board.
You practice these moments as a defense, but you never know when they're going to come to fruition. But how about it? The scoop, the ball's on the turf. They scoop it up. They take it to the house. The defense takes care of business and said, offense, we don't need you. We'll put points on the board.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. To the ground with the back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
And this defense and their team, honestly, has just built some momentum here in this 4th quarter, man. And I'm interested to see this offense and if they can respond, if they can be physical, if they can run the football, they can make some plays here in this 4th quarter.
Throws to the tight end. And wings it incomplete.
That's a throw the QB would like to have back. He just has to do a better job giving his receiver a chance to make the catch.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Makes the grab. It's Morgan. And they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the 1st. Boy, if they don't convert this 4th down, there will be questions to be answered. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Unloaded just as he throws. It's incomplete, and they stop him on 4th down. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. Motion from the wideout. Quick touch pass to the receiver. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Really nice job by the cornerback. Hey, a lot of cornerbacks want to cover. They want to drop back. They're not really about that life. They don't want to be the tackling kind of guy. They're like, yeah, leave that to the linebackers. That dude committed, came up, made a nice tackle.
Throws toward the end zone. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. 3rd play of the drive, and they need to make something happen here on 3rd and long. reception. That's number 17 on the year. He'll try to take it back. He's at the 30. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Michigan. The defense takes matters into its own hands. That one puts them in really good shape to get back on the right track and get another W. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, wanted to give you a quick update on a game happening in the American. Rice fell behind early, and it's been an uphill climb since. Thing is, this is a program that's worked the portal about as well as anyone. These kids are tough and could just find a way. It's just a field goal game. They're trailing by 3 to North Texas.
Rush is on him. Grabbed behind the line. It's Nelson.
Ought to be fun, fellas, to see how things play out in this notable matchup in the American.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Second down coming up. Rides the back on the option. The give. Pass the sticks and still on his feet. A pickup of 5, marks it at the 36-yard line. They've got it at the 36. It's a 1st and 10. Looking to throw, it's Byrne. Pressure coming. Got rid of it just in time. That pressure got to him, and he just had to chuck it out of bounds.
You can't rest on your laurels as a quarterback. We know how much success he had last game when he completed over 70% of his throws. This game, though, he's just a little bit off. At times he looks like he's pressing. He hasn't been overly accurate. That's the reason why he's completing somewhere around 50% of his passes.
It's pretty clear he didn't care about the double coverage. He thought his guy was better than their 2 guys.
Well, and there's reason to think that. That dude's a stud, and I understand it. I want to find ways to get him the football, but when it's 2-on-1, I might think about looking somewhere else.
Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the 4th quarter. They'll go for it on. Down he goes, and the defense snuffs out this drive with a sack. This offense has it with really good field position. They'll run it, trying to drain time off the clock.
And I think if you're the head coach, defensively now, obviously, you've got 3 timeouts in your back pocket. You're trailing at this point, and the offense is going to be running the football, trying to bleed the clock. They're going to take as much time off the game clock as they can before snapping it. You've got to start thinking about using some of those timeouts.
Runs through a tackle. They make the stop after a pickup of 3. Ball's at the 18. And the Wolverines come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. Here's the handoff. He's got enough. It'll be a 1st down. They've got it at the 12. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Wolverines have it with a 1st and 10. Using his legs, it's Hansen. They get him down, but he was driving his way and gets it down to the 7-yard line.
That's got to be demoralizing if you're the defense. You're trailing. You need to get the ball back. You got to get off the field, but you can't stop the run when they're going between the tackles. This defense is going to have to get a lot more physical, especially in the middle.
It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a 1st without scoring. They'll try the run. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a 1st down. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. And the Wolverines will try to punch it in on 1st and goal. Pushes for the goal line. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Wolverines. They push out that lead a bit and draw much closer to a win here in Week 9. And no problem on the extra point as they push the lead to 19 here in the 4th. When you're handed a break with unbelievable field position like that, you better finish the deal, and they did.
You saw the quarterback jog on the field. I think he gave a high five to every one of those players coming off that just put them in. Knew this was a golden opportunity, and boy, he took advantage of it.
He'll bring it out. It's Bell. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. To the air. It's Byrne. He just got rid of that one to save the down. Didn't see anything he liked. What will they dial up on second, and a long way to go. Give to the back. He kept those legs moving, got 3 out to the 19. The Cornhuskers want to pick up the tempo. On third down, he drops to throw. Fires to the tight end. There he goes. And works it to the 40-yard line. That'll be a first down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Now from the 40, it's 1st and 10. They'll give it to the back. Stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Tried to put a little move on him, and it didn't help much. The Huskers with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Now 3rd and long, and trying to play catch-up in more ways than one after that earlier sack. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. And he can't make the connection on his first attempt. Let's see if he settles down. Down by multiple possessions. You can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. Lofts one high and deep. Catches it past the sticks and still on his feet. And they finally make the tackle, but this will be a pretty easy conversion for this offense. Moving closer to the red zone, it's at the 27 on 1st down. Wants to throw on 1st down. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34. Now facing 2nd and long after the defense came up with that sack. Deep shot for the end zone. Touchdown, Nebraska! They took a shot to the end zone and found 6 points waiting on them.
The one thing you know about this offense, they're going to keep fighting, right? They're down on the scoreboard right now, but they're trying everything they can. Nice job there, finding a way to score that touchdown. And listen, we've seen crazier things happen before in college football. This thing ain't over until there's zeros on the clock.
They're on it, and they get it back for another drive.
Let's get weird. This is exactly what they needed. They needed something to happen. Down 2 possessions, 4th quarter. Got to make it happen. Onside kick team comes through.
Dropping back, it's Byrne. Quarterback can't pull the trigger, and down he goes at the 41. Clock is still running, and they have to get everybody lined up. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. A deep throw as the clock winds down. And they can't hook up, going for the big play on 2nd down. Now it's 3rd down. We'll see if the offense can move the chains after that incompletion. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. Trying to escape and get it himself. Get every inch you can, but don't take the big hit. Great job by the quarterback. On 4th down, looking for the completion. Intercepted. They were back in their own end, and they stopped the drive.
Well, man, we've seen explosive offensive firepower all game long, and here we are late in an obvious passing situation trying to get this thing close. The big INT, finally the defense makes a play, and David, it looks like they just closed the door on this one.
Well, and you know, Mr. Quarterback, defense wins champion.
Wide open spaces. The 10. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Michigan. They've extended the lead and taken control here in Week 9. And no problem on the extra point as they push the lead to 19 here in the 4th. That one might have put the finishing touches on this game.
This one is over. Game, set, match. The defense had a chance to maybe kind of keep their team in it, but the offense said, take it to the locker room.
He'll bring it out. It's Bell. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. Not a lot of hope here, down 3 possessions late.
No, and I love this part as a pass rusher because I'm just pinning my ears back, getting to the quarterback. I know it's a pass every single time. Palmer, I'm trying to pad my stats. I'm sure you're just trying to stay upright.
Well, we're definitely just trying to stay alive at this point, but you're also trying to build confidence, too, for your next opponent. If you can find some completions late in the game, even though it looks like you're going to lose it, it's all about building on the good things you do this week so that you're out executing at a higher level the next time.
Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check. Line on 3rd and short, looking to keep this drive moving. Snap from the gun on 3rd down. Makes the catch. Going to bring up a decision for this coach. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They're only 1 for 3 on 4th down attempts, but they'll try it again here. Trying to keep the drive alive. He is stopped short of the line to gain. The 4th down try goes awry, and that might just do it. With the game in hand, the offense choosing to just have the quarterback take a knee. Well, this was an offensive showcase out there today. We thought it would be a high-scoring game, and it certainly delivered.